Hello all, Greg the Grilling Guy, and today we're cooking pork. I have a couple different types of pork here. I've got a couple of pork chops, some nice thick ones that are going to go great on the grill, and I've got a ribbon of pork belly that I had left over from a recipe I'd done previously. So for the pork belly, I'm going to do kind of a burnt end with that, and the pork chops, I'm going to marinate them in teriyaki and then grill them and brush the teriyaki on while I grill as well. So I have had these brining earlier. I just did the basic salt brine on them, but now we're going to go into the marinade. For this, I've got a basic sandwich bag, and I'm going to be using some Moore's teriyaki. Now, for me, the Moore's teriyaki is great because it's gluten-free and it's really inexpensive. So I definitely like it when I can find that. It's not always easy to find where I live, but I do happen to have a couple bottles now from a trip I recently took. So we're just going to add that teriyaki directly, or the marinade directly, into a sandwich bag, and then add the two pork chops. We're going to take those and put them in the fridge for a couple of hours, making sure that we get the sufficiently coated all around, and allow them to rest. And we'll take those out, and next time we see these things, they'll be on the grill. So these will go into the fridge, good to go. Now for the pork belly, it's a long ribbon as you can see, but I'm going to take it and slice it up into smaller cubes because I'm going to make like a burnt end, as I say. So I'll do thicker cubes with this because I want to be able to turn them with the barbecue tongs and get a sear on the outside before I toss it into the marinade mix. So you can see the larger cubes that I've chopped up here. Same thing, I'm going to put the teriyaki in a bag, add those in, put it in the fridge for a couple of hours, and we'll pick this up at the barbecue. For the pork cook, we're going to cook it over an indirect heat, which is pretty common if you've been watching the channel for a while. I thought I used the indirect. Today I'm going to show you how I set that up as well. So I have what's called a vortex, which is basically just a metal punch-out cylinder that's conical shaped. I tend to have it so that the cone goes upwards. It gives it a little bit more heat distribution. If you're doing searing, you can flip it the other way around, so you've got the heat kind of coming out straight at the top like a jet engine. I like to give it just more of an overall heat area. So I'm going to set that down in here. Add the charcoal in. That should do for this cook. Now, the nice thing about the Performer grill is it does have a gas canister that with an auto lighter on there. We'll turn that up, and this makes it a lot easier so you're not using the tumbleweeds in the chimney all the time. Slide it over just a bit so it's over the heat. We're gonna let those coals catch. I'm gonna go in and get the meat, and we'll get everything ready to go. So I've got vegetable oil that I'm going to put on the cooking grates. You always want to make sure that you're doing this away from the open flame. So I usually spray it on the other grill before I put it on. And that's why you don't do it when it's over the open flame. As you can see, the coals are starting to ash over nicely. Now, I said I was going to move the basket. If you're going to touch the basket, especially after it's had the coals burning in there for a while, make sure you've got some type of deep thermal glove to put on there because safety first. And with that being set to the offset position, I'm going to grab the grates and put the grates on, and we'll get ready to start cooking the pork belly. We're going to give it maybe another minute or two just till those last briquettes ash over, and then by that time the grates will be warm. We'll put the pork belly on, and then we'll start getting towards the main cook. Charcoal over the main area is ready to go. There's a couple briquettes off to the side. I want to give those a couple extra minutes, but we're losing light because I got going a little late, folks. So I'm going to start doing the pork belly. Now the pork belly, you saw me cube it up earlier. I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it on the grill, and I'm just going to sear it on each side for probably a minute or so on each side. I'm then going to put it into a bin with some sauce. Now I've got a new bottle of teriyaki sauce. Please don't use the sauce that's been sitting in. Don't dump that in there. That's going to be full of bacteria, and it's probably not going to get hot enough to kill it off. So don't reuse the sauce. Always dump fresh. Don't need a lot in there, just enough to coat. I'm going to set that onto the grill so it starts to preheat. Off to the side. And we'll take these guys and start searing them up. Now, between the sugar in the teriyaki and the fat in the pork belly, these things will burn quickly, so you don't want to leave them in any one spot for too long. I mean, I know they're called burnt ends, but that doesn't mean they have to burn. Being the proximity to the coals as well, they'll sear up fairly quickly because there's a lot of heat coming out that charcoal at the moment. You want to be really careful about overcooking pork as well because it will get really tough if it overcooks. So at this point, they've been on for maybe a minute and a half. I'm going to move them into the sauce and bring the sauce a little bit closer to the heat, but I don't want these things to get too tough because one of the things about a nice tender burnt end is you want it to be, well, tender. Now for the chops, I'm going to put them on over the direct heat for probably a minute or two per side because I want to sear them a little bit, but then I will move them off and have them sit over the indirect heat. They'll probably sit there for about 20 minutes. I'm looking to get them to a temperature of about 141 degrees, and then I'm going to wrap them and bring them inside. The carryover heat should bring them up to about 145, 146, which is kind of where I like my pork. I like it very tender, that 145 area. That's FDA safe and safety first. You can see how quickly that seared it and lined up. I don't want to burn them. I don't want to give it a bad burnt flavor. So I'm going to leave it for probably 45 seconds on that side. And I'm going to hit both the edges as well, just to kind of round it out, make sure it's sealed all the way through. Feel the outside firming up on that already, and that's just basically all the juices being drawn in. These also, because they were marinated in the teriyaki, you can see where they get a bit of a burn from the sugar. Again, I don't want that burnt flavor on there. I want to have that nice sweet teriyaki flavor and that good smoke from the barbecue. So we are going to call this about good. I'm going to set these guys over here onto the indirect side to keep the pork burnt end a little closer because I want the sauce to heat up. I'm going to set the barbecue down again, turning the grates so that they're over the meat and away from the direct heat. That's going to draw the heat out over the meat. I'm going to throw some smoke pellets in there in a few minutes just to really give that a little bit of extra kick. In the past, you've seen me use the shavings to put onto the barbecue for the smoke from the Jack Daniel's barrels. This is an actual chunk from a whiskey barrel. They come in both chunks and shavings, but I'm going to take this and put it directly over the heat. Put the lid back on. You don't need to put it on the coals, but just over that extreme heat coming off the vortex. That's going to start to smoke up in just a second. You'll see it coming out the top there. I put that on almost right away because it will take a couple minutes for that to get going. So toss it on there, leave it for 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to pick this up at that time. I'll show you temperatures, and I'm going to step inside and start getting some side dishes going. So I hooked up my lighting. We're going to try to finish this out before it gets too bad. I flip these over and I brush some teriyaki on there. Again, this is fresh teriyaki. This is not what they were marinating in. Do not use the stuff that it marinated in. The burnt ends, I have them simmering over the direct heat. We've got about 5 minutes remaining, so I'm going to take these pork chops, give them one more flip, put a little bit more teriyaki on them, I'm gonna hit them with a creme brulee torch just to tighten up that teriyaki. At this point, I'm going to get ready to wrap these things. It's time to bring these things home. So take these things off. They're a little tight right now, but they will loosen up as they rest. Put them over here. Same thing with the burnt ends. They're good to go. Now I've got a plate that I put these things on, and I'm going to wrap them with butcher paper. You don't need to wrap them in anything per se, but I'm going to put these things into my barbecue blanket, and I don't want the teriyaki to stain on the top. So I will see you inside for the cut. Pork's been in the blanket for about 5 minutes. Allows it to rest, allows the juices to redistribute. So let's see what we got. Here we go. Into the center, got a little bit of pink in there. You can feel the softness. These are going to be great. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed everything we saw. If you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe. Helps me grow the channel. Leave a comment. Would love to respond to everybody. I do put a link below to all the tools I've used if you'd like to see them. Till next time, I'm Greg the Grilling Guy telling you, grill it real good.